coming on, starting pitcher for the Detroit Tigers. Michael Lorenzen, the most jacked dude in the bigs, joining us at the moment. And they love your hair too. So we'll get into it all. Michael, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good. What's up, Frazier?
How you doing, Big Daddy? Good to see you, man.
Nice to see you too, dude.
Yeah, everything well?
Yeah, everything's good.
How's it over there in Tigerland, man? I know you've been bouncing around a little bit. You feel comfortable over there? How's it going?
Yeah, I love it. Everything's good here, man. Honestly, it's been better than expected. The people are great. The city's great. The rainouts are a little frustrating, but the weather's supposed to be clearing up soon. So, I heard the summers are insane here, so I'm excited for it.
Hey, can you give me either your best Todd Frazier story, or do you have a Todd father impression?
I still say all the time, you jerk off just because of Frazier. I say it all the
time. Was that the line?
Oh, that's great.
I say it all the time, man. It's so funny.
It just came out, man. I was always that guy. What are you doing? You jerk off? I'd try and bust his balls. We had a good time, man. He was an up-and-coming star, you know. He was just throw fire. I mean, this guy could hit. I mean, he could hit, dude. And then now he's pitching, hitting. I didn't know what he was doing. So I was like, man, this jackass is going to beat me out of position here, 2 positions. So I was like, what is he doing? No, but he's a good man. You know, awesome stuff. I'm proud of everything you're doing. You're still playing. I'm jealous. Good stuff with you, man. How was it over there in playing with Otani too as well? I heard he could be an outfield. He could do anything he wants over there.
Dude, he's the best, man. His personality's great. He's like a little kid. You watch him joke around all day on the TV, and like that's just the way he is behind the scenes. He doesn't take anything too seriously, but dude, he's the man. I mean, Anaheim's my hometown too, so I got to play for the hometown team. I know you did a couple times, Frazier, but yeah, I got to play for the hometown team and to play with Shohei. He's the real deal, dude.
Did he give you any tips, or did you give him any tips actually about hitting and pitching?
Yeah, I always let him know I was first.
Yeah, so that's how it started. You kick-started the trend, and then next thing you know, it's like, hey, man, maybe I should start that up, seeing what you're doing, man. That's awesome.
Hey, you were Otani before Otani, and you played in the outfield. Like, I was looking back, I think it was 2019?
2019.
Yeah, you played 29 games in the outfield. So did you tell Otani last year, dude, when are you going to grab a glove and get in the outfield, man? You're slacking.
Yeah, I said, what about a 3-way player, bro? Come on now. What about a 3-way? You got 6 starts in center field, dude.
Hell yeah. Do you miss it? Do you wish you were doing that still?
Yeah, I'm in AJ's ear all the time about getting me out there. I'm swinging in the cage a little bit off the tee, making sure the swing's still dialed in, but there's been times where the bench has been, you know, getting thinned throughout the game, and I'm looking at AJ like, hey, I got my cleats on. Just letting you know. Just letting you know.
What does he say?
Worry about pitching, but there's been some, he's like, it's getting close.
Ooh, okay. So there is a possibility that you could appear this year. It's not off the table?
I think I will. I personally think there's a time where we use the bench. It's thin. We go into extras or something, and he needs someone. Dude, my groin injury doesn't help me. My groin injury early in spring, that didn't help me. It was like a freak thing, and it was just a minor thing. But, of course, the teams are going to be super cautious after something like that. But I'm like 100% from it. But that's still in the back of his head.
I've played with dudes that didn't hit at your level, dudes that hit in the minor leagues, in college, and they watch our hitters, and they're like, I could definitely hit better than them. Are you sitting there sometimes and like, I might be, I'm not saying what team you're talking about. I'm not saying this year. Do you look at it and you're like, I know what I can do. I can hit better than that guy.
No, I'll tell you, when I first signed, what was really weird was I didn't pitch in college, really. I didn't do anything with the pitchers. I would just come in from center field, lift my leg up as high as I could, and throw as hard as I could because I had a good arm. Like, I didn't do anything pitching-wise. So when I signed, I show up to the field, and they're all doing like early work hitting and stuff, and it was just so weird to me that I wasn't allowed to do it because that's all I've done my entire life. Like, the pitching side of it was so new, and I always felt like coming up in the minor leagues, like I should be hitting. Like, why am I pitching? I have no idea what I'm doing. And so when I played with Frazier, that was only my second year full-time pitching, like being a pitcher full-time. Still had no idea what I was doing, just trying to learn on the fly against big league hitters. So hitting was always a lot more. It was very strange to me, and it still is. But to show up and not be able to hit just because. But yeah, I mean, it goes through my mind.
Did you, in all seriousness, pick up anything from playing with Otani last year and go, okay, that's a good way to do things, because he's living that life every day?
Yeah, he's almost like a charged up battery for start dates. He doesn't do it like he does his work, but he's never like overexerting himself, which a lot of guys tend to do. They think they got to work like crazy between starts and do all this stuff. I'm like, hey, what type of running do you do between starts? And he just goes, I just run the bases. Like, that's it. That's it. I'm like, oh, okay. So like this whole like 3 miles of running and 25 minutes of running after a start is like, this dude he's not doing any of that. So that was cool to learn, but really it was just the way he attacked hitters on the mound was I learned a lot from that, and have been able to carry it into my game, at the end of the year last year and into this year.
Hey, now this is pretty funny because remember when spring training, you're talking about running and stuff, and now the only thing I can think of is you working out on the beach. You remember when we found those videos in spring training and they posted you, and I remember it was like your first couple, I don't remember what year it was, and you're just sitting there just like, oh man. So we put these videos on spring training for everybody to see. And this guy, well, this I think this is a little older video here, but there's some younger ones with the long hair
with
going,
the flow,
looking like you're on Baywatch going to save somebody, which was a beautiful thing. So hey, listen, if it was warm enough, I would be doing the same thing, but I'd have to keep my shirt on, if you know what I'm saying. So talk to us about those beach workouts, big dog. I mean, listen, if you got the warm weather and you're focused and doing it right, I think it's great.
Yeah, I think I grew up in like the YouTube era of, that's where I learned all of my stuff was from YouTube. So I was like, obviously, what am I going to do? I'm going to go put everything that I do up on YouTube. And I didn't think of like how it would come off to all the rest of the big league guys. But that was it. It was like, yeah, I grew up watching all these cool videos on YouTube of guys working out, and like I copy all those workouts. So I'm going to do one of my own. And yeah, that's kind of where that inspiration came from. But yeah, I got worn out pretty good for it. But I'm still doing them.
Good for you.
Yeah, and you're still in the show too. So that's kind of like what we're trying to show here with this show. Like, we'll wear each other out. So I'm gonna come from like a competitor's standpoint, playing against you, watching you hit dingers against us with the Brewers. I think you hit like 3 dingers and like 2 at bats, but you would always get out on the mound, and I always looked at it. I talked to all the guys that I played with. You're out on the mound, and I'm like, I bet even this year when I saw you pitching some of the cold games in Detroit, I think his right arm is bigger than his left arm. And if it's not, are you tailoring your jersey on the right side to be a little shorter? And this is an honest show. We got to be honest. So I need honesty.
Yeah, for sure. No, my right arm's definitely bigger than my left. And then if you think about like all the band work that I'm doing before, I'm doing it on my right, so I'm getting a pump in too. So it's already naturally bigger, but then I got some blood flowing, and I got a pump in the right, so it makes it look, that much bigger. But it's definitely bigger. I don't get the jersey tailored to fit the sleeve like that.
It's just bigger. The right arm's just bigger. And the follow that I have with this, I don't know if our producer can switch cameras so that you can see Scotty Braun right now. But my guy has got some absolute pipe biceps. What can you do to help him out so that he has your type of biceps?
You're saying he's got big biceps too, or no?
Huge biceps. But he doesn't have the velo. So what does?
No, but I hit him today too, and there was calculation to this because I'm not going to keep up with Lorenzen. Okay, it's true. So I didn't want to be upstaged. So I'm just saying, I'm giving you the respect. You've got me beat. You're a professional athlete, okay? I just do the real beach BS because I don't play.
Hey, honestly, I haven't done a bicep curl for probably like 4 or 5 years. I swear.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
See, that's a flex. He's like, yeah, I haven't done a bicep curl in 4 or 5 years, and yet I got chunks this big.
Hey,
when I retire, I'm going to be hitting the bicep curls though quite a bit.
Hell yes. Exactly. Exactly. It's
hey,
different.
you and Amir Garrett square off in the ring, man. Who's winning that one?
We wrestled in Cincinnati, and honestly, it domed me up because so we wrestled and I took him to the ground, and he was able to he like kind of fell on top of me, and I was like, whoa.
Oh, he blacked out. Oh, there he is.
Oh, wait. You got to call. You got to call. You got to bring it back. You got to re-wrap me. Yeah. Was that Amir? He's like.
So he fell on top of me as I was like trying to take him down. We spun, fell on top of me, and it blew my mind how big. I didn't realize how big he was until until he's on top of you. And it kind of domed me up to where, honestly, I'm like, I come in now a little heavier than normal because I'm like, I can't walk around a clubhouse. Like, yeah, it's cool. It's cool that I'm nice and lean, but I can't have Amir Garrett outweigh me by 40 pounds and like being able to push me around like that. So, I come in a little heavier now just because of that.
Wow. Just because of the Amir Garrett mini for fun brawl.
No, that's a true story. Like I come in heavier because of Amir. I'm like,
Amir.
I can't be in a clubhouse where guys outweigh me by 40 pounds.
Does he know that?
I don't think he does. He does.
He needs to find out.
He will now.
He needs to find out.
Hey,
I love that.
Let me guess too. You got any other specific cleats you're rocking, or you got Vans on right now, or no?
I do have Vans on.
Let's go. Beautiful.
Hey.
Oh yeah, he's sporting them. Tell us about the inspiration to wear Vans as cleats, man. I thought that was pretty unique. Some guys wear Jordans. You put on the Vans, man. Are they comfortable? Talk to us about that.
Dude, they're super comfortable. They're the ultra ranges, and they feel like baseball cleats. They're super light, and the material's really good. If I was a position player, it'd be tough to wear them just for the lateral stuff. But honestly, I just felt like, I don't know if you guys have any sponsorships for this show, but I felt like the big box companies, they're not paying enough, and they kind of feel like they're a little too powerful to like just, you got to wear our stuff anyways and stuff like that. And so I was like, you know what? I don't want to have to wear Nike, or I don't want to have to wear, anyone's brand, and they don't pay me enough. I want to wear whatever I want to wear. And I grew up skateboarding. I grew up in SoCal. And yeah, like Vans was the first shop was literally created like 3 blocks from my house. So I was like, man, I grew up wearing Vans all the time. I'm going to wear some Vans cleats.
It's a great story, dude. I mean, you play with what you love. Look good, feel good, play good.
Exactly.
You still skateboard at all?
A little bit.
When you're a free agent?
I probably shouldn't say it, but I do skateboard a little bit still.
It's your life.
Listen,
you're a free agent sometimes.
You're not even allowed to go on a treadmill in these contracts.
Yeah,
bro. Listen, it's all shoot. You know what you're doing.
Skate. I got some skate videos on my phone. Me doing some stuff.
Hell yeah. Hey, Michael, is there a quote that you really like or that you live by? Something that you use a lot? I mean, I know Todd Father's got jerk off taken already.
Like a real quote, like a quote that I like growing up.
Yeah, either growing up or something that you say, to a younger player.
He's a holy man. I know you're a holy man. You might have something in the Bible or something like that, right?
Yeah, well, my favorite Bible verse is Matthew 5:16, and it's let your light so shine before men that they may see your good works and glorify your Father in heaven. So that's one thing. Just knowing that you're an example, especially the platform of baseball. There's a lot of people looking up to us, a lot of people looking up to me. So be a light, be an example, glorify God with it.
No doubt.
Yeah. So I think that's a big deal. But I also like the quote, hard work beats talent when talent fails to work hard. That's always been a quote that I like. So just encourage kids to keep working. There's going to be other people more talented, but as long as you keep working, generally what I've noticed just in my career, like I feel like I've outworked a lot more people that were more talented than me, and I'm still playing. And, a lot of people that are way more talented than me aren't. And it's just because of the work.
Hell yeah, I love that. So on the topic of setting examples, I think the game is evolving in a good way for people to be able to do what they want, say what they want, express how they want to express. So it's kind of a two-pronged question, because I know for someone like you, you'll spend 20 minutes and talk about like breathing and you're a grunter, right? Like you'll make noises, do the whole thing, and like you'll go over, no, there's a science to this. The other side of this is when Wander Franco flips a baseball and it's like, oh, you're setting a bad example for the kids. But I'm like, but are you? Like, because you're also promoting them to have fun and live your life. So what's your take on all of that?
I think there's balance with everything, to be honest. But we need guys, you know, that promote their faith. We need guys that like to play with some show. Like, you need all the personalities, and I think the game it needs everything. So to have a different variety is really good. I think when like the only cool thing to do is to bat flip, or the only cool thing to do is when you hit a home run just to put your head down and run, that's where it's become super generic and everyone's doing the same thing. So I think you need balance, and you need opposite ends of the spectrum. Yeah, I think everything is good for the game, and if we just, I think just not having one standard, one where it fits, everyone has to live up to this mold. That's where you get in trouble and the game gets really boring and monotonous.
I like that. Hey, that's part of what we're here for. We got guys on every single day on this show. So, Michael, great catching up with you, dude.
Thanks, Mike.
Yeah, no problem. Appreciate you guys.
Appreciate you. Good luck tonight. Yeah, you too.
All right.